Let's talk about it. Nobody else wants to talk about it. I talk about it. Let's talk about relationships and how to have beautiful communication in a relationship. See, most of you guys are suffering in your relationship because it's just lack of communication. And this comes down to most men. Like, we have issues as men, which opening up, talking to your girl, and letting her know what's going on. And we listen to so many of these fucking guys who talk about, oh, you never open up to a woman because she'll use it to hurt you and all this other stuff. And to some degree, they're right if you're being a piece of shit. But see, here's the thing: you gotta learn how to properly vet and properly communicate and understand like what a relationship is with you and your girl. And what you and your girl should have is it should be like your best friend. As crazy as that sounds. And most guys will say, "No, man, that's not red pill. You can't be friends with women and blah blah blah." Okay, all right. Well, if you live that type of lifestyle, guess what? You're gonna look like Myron and the rest of these 40-year-old dudes that are still in the club trying to kick and have fun, talking about red pill truce and you need to make sure you have at least 50 girls that you have sex with and 100K and all this other dumb shit that doesn't fucking matter. Because here's the truth. Here's the truth about women. Women just want a man who's driven, who's hungry, who's out there fighting, doing the best he can do, and communicating with her how she can help him. And that's really like the secret to any fucking relationship. That's how you make magic in a relationship. So here's the 3 points I want to make for you guys to help you guys out to having better relationships with women. First of all, treat them like human beings. And here's the funny thing: the more pretty your girl is, and the more attractive she is, the more she wants to be treated like a human being. The more she wants to talk to you just as a person, because they're so often beautiful women never get spoken to like as a person. They get treated like an object, or like they're trying to be treated like as a flesh doll. And the huge problem with that is that they can't look at you like as a leader. Because if all you're doing is trying to get ass out of it, you're trying to get booty out the situation, then you're never going to get anywhere in that relationship because it's going to fall as soon as the booty supply is not as great as it once was. So what you have to begin to do is talk in a productive manner. See, people talk about, oh, I just want to have fun. Well, here's how I have fun. I look at fun like this: future union negotiations. That's my definition for fun with a woman. Future union negotiations. You guys want to be negotiating your union and future plans. You want to have things built out. You guys want to start to kind of figure out what your goals are, find out what your values are, and then see how can you guys make your union or make your life the best it can possibly be through doing productive activities together, like reading to each other, making music and art, trying to build business, figuring out how we can work as a team to get our estate to be more wealthy and more valuable. Because the more wealth and more value you gain as a union, the more free time you have. And the more resources you have at your disposal to go do fun things that you would love to do with like a partner. Like I was explaining to my girl, my life currently is great. I love my life. I wake up when I feel like waking up. I go and I do jobs. I go meet random people all throughout the day. I have interactions. I get to learn new stories. I get to find out more about humanity every single day. But the worst part about my life is I'm doing it all by myself. And some of you guys be like, oh man, that's not bad. No, it doesn't sound bad until you start to make a lot of money and you have all this free disposable income. You have money. You got all this free time, but you don't have anybody to spend it with. And what's fun about that? And that's not to say, like, as a man, you should be used to isolation. Like, there is a particular period of time where you need to be isolated. You need to be by yourself. You need to be trying to figure out who you are, what you want out of this life, and figuring out your purpose and your mission. But once you find that purpose and your mission and you start to build yourself and fight to get to that particular portion of your life, the only natural evolution in that step is to bring somebody into your life to do these things with. And see, that's the best part about life. He says life needs other life to be able to prosper. You need to have people around you. You need to have other things growing and building and evolving with you. So then you have a story. And that's what life is about. Life is about the stories, man. Life is about the intricacies and all the great experiences you have in telling that story. And every story starts with a lone person. You start off by yourself. You kind of figure your life out. You kind of go through like the Lion King stage. You're like Simba, and you go. You have a tragic thing happen to you. You go off by yourself. You meet like a couple of weird companions. Those companions help shape you, and then you grow into the man that you kind of want to be. And then from that man you want to be, you go into a challenge, and that challenge you kind of overcome. You meet your female counterpart, or you meet your male counterpart if you're female. And then you grow and you build your kingdom together, and you watch and you see the sunset rise, and you look at all of it and you say, wow, this was beautiful. Like, I'm so happy I got the experience of somebody, and I got somebody to tell my story to, and somebody to tell their story to me. And that's the beautiful part about having a relationship. It's not about the sex. It's about the stories, the things you can share with each other, the most intimate details of your life, that freedom of expression. That's what relationships are about. Freedom of expression within a union. So if you feel like you can't talk to your girl about anything, you feel like you can't communicate openly and let her know certain things about you, it's like, geez, man, like, dude, then why are you guys even together for? If you feel like your girl's your enemy or she's somebody that you shouldn't be with, bro, you did a horrible job at vetting, because your girl should be like your absorption tool for the stresses of the world. Like, you go out there in the world, you gotta go fight, you gotta go deal with shit, you gotta go compete, deal with other guys. And when you come home, you should come home to a beautiful woman who wants to look you in the eyes and say, I'm so happy. You're the big, strong man. Look at what you did today. And I'm like, yeah, baby, that's what I did. I'm a man. And that's the beauty of a relationship. And guys who tell you otherwise are guys that they're kind of broken. And to prevent yourself from being a broken man, you got to learn how to love. You got to learn how to trust. Building love and trust is the secret to having a great relationship. If you can't trust your other partner, then what the fuck are you even doing, man? It's like, why even be in this unionship? Why even be together? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. Make no sense. No sense. The second aspect is learning how to communicate. So when you're communicating with your girl, you should be able to teach her things. She should learn things and repeat them back to you. And then she should tell you things, and you should listen. So often, most guys, they just don't listen. Like, you guys are listening to respond. And I think that's just general for most people. Most people just listen to respond. But what you want to do is you want to be able to listen to figure out, what is she trying to convey to you? What is the message she's telling you? Ask questions and just shut up and listen. Like, I had I met a cool couple during one of my jobs, and his wife gave me this YouTube video called "It's Not About the Nail." And essentially, what that thing is saying is, like, when a woman's communicating with you, she might be telling you about a problem, she might be telling you about something, but it's not actually about that specific thing. It's something else outside of that. And it's your job to listen and to figure out, what is she really telling me? What is she really conveying to me? And then from there, you just, all right, baby, I get it. And then you go off and you just solve it. And that's better than repeating exactly what she said, because that's nice to hear if you repeat back what she just told you. But what she wants to see you do is to be able to solve her and figure out her issues. Because a lot of times she doesn't know what her issues are. She really doesn't. Like, she has an idea of what's kind of wrong, but she doesn't know what is really wrong. She just knows, I'm stressed out, I'm annoyed by certain things, so forth and so forth. So it's your job as the man to essentially go like, okay, well, Susie's telling me about this job, and this job is doing this, and this guy is here, and this blah, blah, blah. So you start listening, you're like, okay, let me, so she's telling me about the job, and she's telling me about how Susie keeps annoying her, and how this guy keeps pestering. So let me see. How can I solve this problem for her? Well, how about I create a business, create something where she can work from home, where she's more comfortable, where she doesn't have to deal with Susie bugging her and this other guy harassing her. And once you get to that state of mind where you can listen and solve the problem without her actually telling you exactly what's wrong, that's when she falls in love. Because she's like, yes, my man is smart. He can figure things out without me just telling it to him. He can read body language. He can read experience. He just understands. And that's all women are asking for. They're just asking for understanding. Because a lot of times they already know how to solve the problem. But they just want somebody to gossip to and tell them all this stuff. And by you being a man and shutting the fuck up and just listening and letting her just get it out, it makes her feel great, because then she's like, my big, strong man listened to me talk, and he just didn't say anything. He didn't try to fucking interrupt me. He didn't do any of that stuff. He just let me talk and let me figure it out. And that's the thing. Feedback, communication. So often we kind of go through problems, and a big issue with a lot of our problems is that we don't have anybody to feedback it to. And that's what a lot of women suffer with, is that they don't have anybody to give feedback or help them work through the problems themselves. So if we help them as like a reflection mirror of her telling you information, you kind of fixing the things and listening and giving her somebody to speak to, she realizes it's not that serious. I can figure it out myself. Or my man will figure it out for me. And that puts her in a comfortable position. And when she's comfortable, that's when you really get the best out of a woman. Because when she knows that her comfortability is related to you or is attached to you, she's more attached to you. She wants to stay with you longer. She begins to care more about your well being because she realizes like you're her human. That's a huge thing. It's like you being her human. Like I've spoken to a lot of widows on my job, and one of the things they really miss most about like their departed husband is like he understood me. He was my man. He was like my person, my human being, and that's really what mostly it's not. They don't miss the sex, they don't miss the money, they don't miss any of that stuff. They miss like they're human. They miss that connection, and so you need to be connected to your girl all the time. And the only way you can be connected with your girl all the time is through talking, writing notes, sharing things, giving information, so she always knows that he's thinking about me at all times of the day. And that means a lot to her. It really does. You guys don't understand because women love attention, especially from attention from men they admire and they respect. And so if you're that man that she admires and respects, and you give her attention throughout the day, even though you're a busy man, you're doing those things, the little things matter. Like, hey, baby, what's up? Want me to bring you some food? Hey, baby, this is what I did at work. Does this sound good? Hey, baby, get ready, get dressed. I'm taking you out when I get back from work. Those things make her so excited because she's like, he cares about me. He's thinking about me. Even when he's a busy man, I know how busy he is. He still cares about me. And that's how you really keep the magic going. You gotta keep dating your wife. You gotta keep treating her like it's the first day of your relationship. Like there's a great song by Jay-Z called "My First Day" or "My First Song," and he's like, I treat my first song like my last song, and my first song like my king or something like that. And it's a brilliant line because you gotta treat everything that you do in life like it's your first day. Keep that same enthusiasm you had when you first met her. Keep that same enthusiasm 20, 30, 40, 50s to death do us part. And a lot of guys lost that ability because they just wanted the girl just because they was hot. And I want to have a cool, sexy baby on my arm. You gotta go. You gotta move beyond the flesh. Get to the brain. The brain is the secret. And the last secret to having a wonderful, building a great relationship: compassion, empathy, and effort. Compassion, empathy, effort. If she sees that you're trying, even though some of your efforts might fall flat, the very idea that you're trying, you're putting in effort, you're empathizing, you see that she's on her period, you don't try to be the dick face like she's on her period. You don't just get mad. Fuck that bitch, man. She's on her period. She bugging. You're like, hey, baby, look. I can't do anything about your period. Take that up with God. Try to be funny about it. Try to have humor and try to be empathetic. Be compassionate and understand that, like, I'm putting the effort in. And that's all you can expect from her. Put an effort in. That's all you can ask. At the end of the day, that's all people really want is the effort. The effort means so much to human beings because when you put effort in, it shows that at least you care. At least you tried. It might be a shitty effort, but shit, every day is not going to be a great day. It isn't where every day you're not going to win the gold medal. Some days you might be last. Some days you might win a bronze. Some days you might win a silver. But as long as you're showing up and putting the best effort you can do, that's all human beings can ask for. That's all I can ask for. From an employee, as a teacher, to a coach, to any type of job or anything that I do, I'm putting the effort in. I put my best foot forward, and I move from there. So I appreciate you guys for listening. Best luck in your relationships, because, dude, we got to make relationships great again. And that's what Apex is here for. I'm trying to bring back the family, bring back happiness, bring back people being with people and enjoying life, and get rid of the damn hookup culture and red pill rage. It's terrible. It's not good for us, and it's ruining America. God bless America. God bless Whiteback. God bless Apex Zapier.